The Buffalo Bills made their final roster cuts the other day, and I wanted to give it a couple of days to just everything to ship right into place before I made this video, because I knew there was going to be a couple of possible trades, people going down to the practice squad, and guys being put on injured reserve. I wanted that all to just sort of happen, so wouldn't have to keep coming on to make another video about what's happening with the roster. So I did make the other day a video saying who I thought was going to make the roster, and I think I did a pretty good job on that. There were a couple of guys that didn't make it or did, depending on different things. So here's just a couple of the changes that were made from the roster I put out. So they only have 5 wide receivers on the roster. I had them down for 7. They only went with 5 and put Shorter on the injured reserve. But they do have 4 on the practice squad. So that's a lot of wide receivers on the practice squad. So I think they're going to maybe rotate who might be a 5th guy or a 6th guy if they need them for games. And they may go into games with 5. But with Isabella and Marcel Aitman and Shavers among those 5, I think they're going to, and Johnson, I believe, they're going to really be able to bring someone up that's a good, really good wide receiver off the practice squad for games if they need to. So do have that. On the offensive line, I thought Quisenberry was going to make the team. He did not. He's since been signed by the Minnesota Vikings. And I think the reason that he didn't make the team is they were looking for someone that could be a little bit more solid, I guess, at right tackle. So they did bring in Germain Ifedi, and he has a lot of starts at right tackle. So I do think that's a little bit of an upgrade there. And glad to see Ifedi on the team. Look forward to seeing what he can do for us. He's a former first-round draft pick, played by the Seahawks, and played for Detroit and Atlanta, I believe. So he's going to be a good backup for Spencer Brown, and yeah, we'll go from there. So the defense, I love Boogie Basham. I hate seeing Boogie Basham getting traded. It was just a numbers game. It got down to who was going to be that 5th defensive end, and the decision was made that it was Kingsley Jonathan instead of Boogie Basham. Kingsley Jonathan, I don't think this is a bash on Boogie Basham at all. Boogie really had a good camp. It's just Kingsley Jonathan had that much of a better one. Kingsley's playing really well. I saw a video from Boogie interviewed by the Giants. He has no ill feelings towards the Bills at all. He loves everybody with the franchise. He knows it's just a business. And this was just a business move. I know a lot of Bills fans are not happy with what they got from Boogie as far as trade value, because he was a 2nd-round draft pick. But it's hard to get any value for anyone on cut day that teams know you're going to cut him. And he was going to get cut. And, we'll just say, well, we'll just wait until you release him and then we'll pick him up. So they got something for somebody that wasn't going to make the team. Just be happy they got something at all. And God bless Boogie Basham. I hope he has a great career and, heck, Pro Bowl level football from now on out, except for when he's playing against the Bills. And we will see him in Orchard Park this year as the Giants come to town, along with a few other Buffalo Bills players that belong to the New York Giants or are on the New York Giants team. And with that being said, a lot of fans are talking about how many Buffalo Bills are going to the New York Giants. The Minnesota Vikings now have a couple, with Harrison Phillips over there too. And we have a few Rams on our team, and we used to compile Panthers like they were going out of season. So it's just what it is. It is what it is. I mean, those guys are familiar with our team, and they're familiar with some of these players. So when they become released, they know what effort they're going to get out of them, so they want to grab them. Can't blame him for that. Boogie Basham's going to be a good player for him. And so is Kingsley Jonathan for the Buffalo Bills. That guy, what a great story he is coming into the team. Originally a basketball player. He's got some major upside, and he showed some amazing moves. Last year, the Bills tried to put him on the practice squad. The Chicago Bears picked him right up, and when they released him, the Buffalo Bills picked him up as quick as they could. So, I'm glad Kingsley Jonathan made the team, and I watched an interview with him, and he was all smiles, so happy to be on the roster. The next position was linebacker. This one is hard to call because I told you Baylon Spector might be put on the IR, but otherwise he would have made the team. But his injury did put him on the injured reserve. I also asked, who is our middle linebacker? That's been the question the whole offseason. And Terrell Dotson and Terrell Bernard were the two answers at the time I made that video. But now we've got a guy that had 120 tackles last year, and Christian Kirksey added to the roster. I don't know if he'll be playing week 1 or week 2 because it's a complicated defense, and it will be hard for him to get ready because we like that position to not only be the middle linebacker, but to also call the plays on the field and wear that green dot. So it's going to be hard for him to do that if he's just getting the playbook now. So, but on the other hand, he used to play for the same coaches, and one of his best friends is Micah Hyde, as they went to Iowa together. So maybe he can pick it up quickly and learn it quickly because 10 years in the NFL, he's had 7 different playbooks. So I think he will pick it up quickly. He seems very smart. He is a leader on the team. He was Texans captain. So looking forward to see what Christian Kirksey can bring to the team and what Bernard and Dodson are going to bring at middle linebackers. So, that was a small change. But how am I supposed to? It's very similar to the offensive line thing. How are you supposed to know we're going to sign somebody else? Can't really call that. So, with that, I got the rest of the team correct. And, yes, I did call Alec Anderson making the team. And Cam Lewis making the team. So, yeah, the team, you've got a lot of quality football players on this franchise. And I know I've got a lot of quality people watching this video right now. I want to talk to you directly right now because I don't know if you've seen the movie Dear Evan Hansen, but I recently watched that. And I want to make sure that everyone out there knows that if you need someone to talk to, please reach out. Please reach out your hand to someone that loves you or to me. I'm here for everyone watching this video because you are important, you are someone, and you are loved. And everyone on this roster, I love the Buffalo Bills. I've told you that over and over again. But what I want to make sure that everyone that's watching this video knows right now is